Hello, my name is Rajendra Lokhande. I have done my BE in electronics, and today we are going to discuss about engineering and medical entrance exams. Earlier, we used to have the IIT JEE, which was especially for IITs. Then we had a national level exam, that is AIEEE, and a CET, which is actually taken by the state government, which every state used to conduct its own CET. Now this format is revised, and for all these exams there is going to be only two exams. One is JEE mains, okay, and the second is JEE advanced. Now we need to understand who are going to give which exam, which engineering aspirant is going to give what exam. First of all, those students who are interested in giving an entrance exam for IIT, that means those who are interested in going for IITs, those students will have to give first of all JEE mains. But these students will be giving JEE mains as well as JEE advanced. Now what happens? Of all the students who are going to give JEE mains, of this only top 1,50,000 students are going to be considered eligible for appearing JEE advanced. So this is not an exam on the basis of which they will get the admission, but this is a qualifying exam. Okay. Now one more criteria for appearing for JEE advanced is, of all the people who are going to appear for IIT entrance exam, they need to be qualifying this. At the same time, those students should be in the top 20% scorers of their respective boards. So if a student wants to go for IIT entrance, first the qualifying exam, that is JEE mains, he need to be there in the top 1,50,000 students, and then he should be among the top 20% scorer of his board. Now on the basis of these two conditions, actually he will be giving the entrance exam for IIT, that is JEE advanced, which is conducted by the IIT board itself. This exam is conducted by the IIT board itself, whereas JEE mains is conducted by CBSE. Now according to their score in the JEE advanced, they will be given admission in IITs. Okay, so I think one thing is clear about IIT entrance. Now let's go to the next type of organization. The next in category of this comes the NITs. NITs are basically your National Institute of Technologies. If you see, every state has one NIT. NITs are supposed to be maybe one grade lower than IIT, but these are wonderful organizations, and many of the students are opting for NITs. Now the qualifying exam for NITs is JEE mains. So these students don't have to give JEE advanced. But there are two aspects which are considered for the admission. One is their score in the JEE mains will also be considered, but at the same time their board performance is also considered. So board marks in PCM are considered. Okay, so JEE mains, they are going to give 60% weightage, whereas board marks PCM, they are going to give 40% weightage. So according to your score in JEE mains as well as board, they are going to give you a particular combined score, and on the basis of that you will get an admission in NITs. So we saw IIT examination procedure and NITs also we saw. Next, what happens with the government and the private organizations level, organizations at the state level. See, for example, the private colleges, they are going to take admissions on the basis of JEE mains plus their board performance. Like Maharashtra has already said that they are going to give equal preference. That means 50% weightage to JEE mains and 50% to board. Now only one thing which we got to remember is in Maharashtra this year, that is 2013, there is going to be CET. So this JEE mains and this particular pattern they will be up using from 2014 onwards. Okay. Similarly, when there is private colleges is concerned, some of the private colleges they are going to decide the percentage or the weightage for JEE mains and board. Then finally comes something like deemed universities. Again, deemed universities, same thing, admissions will be based on JEE mains as well as board, but the weightage to the JEE mains and board will be decided by the university. So these are some of the things which we need to know. Of course, understand one thing, all entrance exams, the subjects will be physics, chemistry and maths. So your PCM marks will be considered. Now dates of these exams which I want to tell you is JEE mains is April 7. This is I'm talking about 2003, whereas advanced is June 2nd, 2003. So till now we were talking only about engineering entrance. Let's talk next about medical entrance exams. Okay, now medical entrance, what happens is basically there is one exam, that is NEET, all over India. There is no other exam now, that is National Eligibility Cum Entrance Test. This is the only exam which will be conducted. Now only 3 subjects, that is physics, chemistry and biology. So that means for all the medical courses all over India, this is the only entrance exam. Now exam will be there in the May 2013, as far as 2013 is concerned. Okay, what happens is, because this is the only one exam, so for every state how the seat allocation will take place is, of all the seats, 85% seats of that particular seats state will be filled by the state quota. That means the students of that particular state, whereas remaining 15% seats will be filled by others. That means the students from other states. So this is how the seat allocation will take place. Exam procedure, of course, this is going to be a multiple question type of a paper. Okay, as normal entrance exams, there are going to be 180 questions based on, as I said, physics, chemistry and biology. Very important thing, your 12th standard marks are not considered. So basically your entire admission for the medical course will be based on your this one single exam. So I hope all your queries regarding medical and engineering entrance is solved by this. Hope that you do great in the exams and best of luck. Thank you.